Hi guys, Ian here. Welcome back to my channel. Now today on my table is this highly anticipated HIDIZS LIN Special Edition. Now I've spent the last 2 weeks using this as my daily driver, putting them through my standard test to see exactly how they stack up in the incredibly competitive hybrid IEM market. Now if you're looking for a set of IEMs that prioritizes atmosphere and natural vocals without sacrificing technicalities, you might want to stick around for this one. Alright, so let's begin my thoughts and opinions first with the accessories. And HIDIZS does a great job with presentation, and LIN is no exception. Now inside the box, alongside with the IEMs and stock cables, we are greeted by a surprisingly versatile accessory package. You get 6 pairs of ear tips, balanced ear tips and bass ear tips, and you get also some themed cloth with the anime girl here, and also acrylics standee with the stand. And you get some stickers as well, and also some user guide and warranty card, and also this pouch for you to put your IEM inside. But the star of the show here is the inclusion of 3 pairs of tuning nozzles. Now the red pair, which is already pre-installed on the IEM itself, is for balanced sound signature. The midnight black, which is this one right here, is more for the low frequency enhancement, and the crystal clear white filter or white tuning nozzle is for high frequency focus. It's always nice to see physical tuning nozzles that actually alter the acoustic chamber pressure rather than just relying on digital EQ. Now moving on to the build quality, and this is where the LIN really makes a statement. The shells are constructed from ZA12 zinc alloy, which provides fantastic structural density and acoustic stability. They have a very satisfying, cold to the touch premium weight to them, and it is an interesting contrast to the ear acoustic audio Zakai Cypher, which I reviewed a while back, where the Cypher utilizes resin faceplates for a much lighter aesthetic. The LIN leans heavily into a robust industrial vibe with these beautiful carbon fiber faceplates that add a lot of visual depth. And of course, just like the Cypher, we get a flush, high-quality detachable cable system, making cable rolling and longevity a non-issue. Now in terms of comfort, despite the metal build, the ergonomics here are heavily refined. HIDIZS utilized extensive ear mold data for this shell shape, and the integrated pneumatic pressure relief system works wonders. You'll get a proper seal, which easily gives you up to 20 dB of passive isolation. There is 0 driver flags and no pressure buildup over long listening sessions. They disappear in the ear remarkably well. Now under the hood of the LIN features a 1BA plus 1DD hybrid architecture. The low end is handled by a 10.2mm flagship dual cavity dynamic driver, while a balanced armature takes care of the upper registers. With an impedance of just 17 ohms, these are incredibly easy to drive. You don't need a massive desktop amplifier to get the most out of them. A standard portable DAC amp dongle or even a direct smartphone connection will run them effortlessly with 0 distortion. Alright, so let's get into the sound, and for my primary impressions, they are based on the stock charm red tuning nozzles. Now HIDIZS call this the LIN Special Tuning, and it is a very distinct departure from the ultra analytical hyper detailed sets that's flooding the market. Now the tuning here is highly engaging, smooth and impressively atmospheric. Starting with the bass, the 10.2mm dynamic driver has been meticulously tuned for control. There is a pronounced sub-bass rumble that reaches very deep, giving electronic and cinematic tracks a massive sense of scale. But what I appreciate most is the mid-bass punch. It is tight with a controlled decay that completely avoids bleeding into the lower mid-range. Now you get a very deep, enveloping, low end that still allows for excellent layering and separation. Moving on to the mid-range, this is where the MyLin truly shines. Now, the special tuning deliberately reduces the excessive sharpness in the upper mid-range. So if you're sensitive to shouty vocals or aggressive ear gain regions, these will be a breath of fresh air. Vocals, both male and female, are pushed slightly forward, sounding rich, natural, and incredibly immersive. There is a lovely weight to acoustic instruments that makes live recording sound intimate and authentic. As for the treble, this is what I would describe as smooth and non-fatiguing. It extends well enough to give you air and spatial cues, but it intentionally rolls off just before introducing any sibilance or harshness. If you want a bit more micro detail and sparkle, swapping to the crystal clear filters definitely opens up the top end a little bit more. Now, if you want a little bit more micro detail and sparkle, swapping to the crystal clear nozzles definitely will open up the top end a little bit more, adding some extra bite to cymbals and string plugs without destroying the overall musicality of the IEM. So what's the final verdict? The HIDIZS MyLin isn't trying to be an analytical microscope. Instead, it is a beautifully crafted, highly musical companion built for everyday enjoyment. Whether you are gaming, editing, or just kicking back for a late night listening session, the rich atmosphere, controlled bass, and a fatigue-free vocal make this an easy recommendation. So if you're in the market for a beautifully built, versatile hybrid IEM that is under $200, the MyLin absolutely deserves a spot on your shortlist. Alright, so that's it for my overall thoughts and opinions about this HIDIZS MyLin. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up, and also please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. My name's Ian. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in my next video. Cheers.